What's up, guys? Welcome to the Split Screen. I'm Ryan.
And I'm John.
Awesome. We've still got the same names. Put this right here, Richard. Nice. So, I was commenting on John's old person gun.
What? You don't like my
holster.
iPhone holder? This is a Otter. See, that way you can clip it on your belt like a cool person.
Clip it on your belt so there's absolutely no mistaking that you're 48 years old and you have a cell phone and you want people to know it.
So, you know, it's a pretty big phone. I mean, I had a Motorola Razr, and this thing's like 4 times the weight and twice the size.
It looks like you got it in football pads.
Well, because if you drop it, you don't want it to break.
That's true, but still, much sure I'd go to the extent of wearing the phone holster.
Yeah, I had a PDA in the days of the PDA, and I broke that thing in 1 week by putting it in my pocket. So I'll stand by the heavy-duty pads. What? To like not be able to break an iPhone?
No, be like a quick draw.
Hey, there you go. Copyright. Nobody used that. That's ours. We own that.
Bitches. All right, guys. Well, I guess you don't know. Last week we had horrible technical issues. Isn't that right, Richard?
Maybe.
We attempted to broadcast live from the Dogleg Brewery.
It was very nice studios, by the way.
But it was a new computer without all the right software on it. We didn't have the hardware set up. We started an hour and a half late and realized that Ustream didn't record anything.
Yeah, so it recorded the 2 minutes of us bantering before, but didn't really feel like recording anything up to that. That was kind of cool.
It was amazing, though.
So
especially
it doesn't exist.
Best episode ever.
An hour and a half late, and we still ran the show that didn't record. It was pretty sweet. Gotta say. Although, I don't think any of us really noticed because we were kicking back a few of Dogleg's brews. So, oh well.
Well, at least the 2 Dogleg Brewery brewers and an actual dog enjoyed the show.
Yes, I'd like to thank Kyle and Bono. Well, Kyle, obviously. But Bono for coming out. Going that extra mile for the split screen, but fortunately we couldn't deliver on time quality show, although we never deliver quality shows.
I disagree. No, you guys did a show. They got to watch it.
We make no promises about quality or content. We can only promise that we'll be here, and we can't even promise it'll be on time.
Yeah, so in retrospect, we can't promise you it's good, and even if it is good, we can't promise you it's going to be on time, and even if it is on time, you still have to look at us too, so take it with a grain of salt.
We're like a bad boyfriend. You know, we're not reliable.
How are our bad boyfriends, John?
I don't know. I've never had a bad boyfriend before.
You know, so you've had a lot of good ones?
I'm not gay.
All right, well, let's get
Oh, there were
this.
2 viewers.
Oh, no. Just because you're talking about gay stuff, John. Or is it because you are gay?
Give the people what they want.
Yes. They want gay hosts. So, I guess I saw this today, or this weekend, and it's the Red Dead Redemption is getting Weapons, Maps, and Zombie Mode headline, and it basically outlines all the DLC that's coming for Red Dead Redemption, and you know, it doesn't give dates. Well, all the dates are TBC except the Legends and Killers pack, which is coming out early August. Legends and Killers, I guess we'll run them down real quick. New active map locations and characters, 9 new multiplayer locations, 8 multiplayer characters that are new projectile weapon, new achievements. And it's going to be $10, which is nice, I guess. Liars and Cheaters pack, dates, TBC, new competitive modes, multiplayer minigames, and free roam.
This is the one I really like because you can now play poker with your friends.
See, that's what I want. See, you can get that nice achievement easy. So then there's the free roam pack, which it doesn't give too much info on it. It says all it says is delve deeper into the realm of Red Dead Redemption's new modes, challenges, hiding, and gang hideouts to discover. I'm not sure what it's going to do. It's probably just going to put stuff on the map that just wasn't there. I don't think it's going to give you.
Yeah, I heard there's going to be some new animals too.
Okay.
Maybe like a chupacabra and Bigfoot. He has pretty hair.
Bitchin'. So then the one I'm interested in, so cliche nowadays, the Undead Nightmare Pack, and it's going to put zombies in it. Ghost towns and cemeteries come alive in West Gone Horribly Wrong. TBC, of course, TBC, TBD, to be confirmed, I guess. Brand new single player adventure. So I guess it's a add-on to the single player story. 8 new multiplayer zombie characters, additional animals, and stuff like that. All these are $10 except the free roam pack, which is to be determined. Oh, excuse me there. So that's cool, and that's all great in theory. But as me and John already know, it's very frustrating to play Red Dead Redemption Online because it's almost impossible.
Well, it's not a matter of it always being impossible. It's whenever they release new content. When the game first came out, online play was unusable, and eventually it got better.
Yeah, they
but
patched
then
it.
When we finally got the new DLC that came out a few weeks back, we got on, and it was an absolute disaster.
It was just as glitchy. It was seriously like I got into a lobby or room with some. You get in there with like 3 other guys, so it's 4 people max, I guess. I couldn't even see the guys, but they showed up on the radar.
I was getting dropped out. We start a game, 2 people would drop out. I'd start it. I'd have different people in my party.
If you even get in a game.
I get stuck at the loading screen. Finally, I just said, you know what? Screw this. I'll try it again in a week when it actually works.
They made a great game, but man, damn it, they need to freaking have a better response time to their glitches.
My complaint was, test the damn stuff. Did you take the thing? Did you actually try playing it on Xbox Live before you made it publicly available? No, you obviously didn't, because if you would have, and you would have played it for more than 30 minutes, you would have realized that half the stuff doesn't work.
So that's all well and good and frustrated, and yes, I'm looking forward to it, and yes, I'll probably buy it. I'm a sucker for that crap. But you know what? It just hit me. You think about this shit, $10, $10, $10, and this one doesn't even give you a price, which is really scary. That's fucking 40 extra bucks probably that you're paying for a $60 game.
There'll be lots of bitching if I get on there and the online play doesn't work.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you can wait for that.
So, I guess, moving on. And speaking of making shitloads of money, Microsoft made a reported $1 billion Xbox Live last year. It's a lot of freaking money.
I mean, I don't know.
That sounds like a lot of money. I'll say that because I don't know their overhead, how much they actually get back. But it seems like in a service that is all online based and, all you have to pay for is developers and maintenance and stuff like that. The content you put up there, the pictures, whatever, it can't be too hard to do. So, and I guess you also have to pay the publishers and all that stuff, but $1 billion in transactions, that's pretty huge. I wonder how much PSN had. Probably not that much.
6 yen.
6 yet. All right, John.
I got a couple short items. One of them is that, hey, Assassin's 3 is going to have a new star hero.
Assassin's 3 or Assassin's...
Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed.
Now, is that the same as the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood that's coming out?
Yes.
That is it?
That is it.
Okay.
It's going to have a new setting and a new hero, apparently.
Well, it's supposed to be... Oh, yeah, it is. It's a single and multiplayer, but this one is multiplayer, and it focuses on kind of like this Burnout-esque, other players are trying to hunt you, and you got to lose them kind of thing.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I tried playing through both Assassin's Creed games, and I just lost interest. Especially on the second one, I literally spent about an hour on it and said, eh. So I'm hoping that maybe Assassin's Creed 3 will interest me a little bit more.
I don't know what it is about it, but I did the same thing, dude.
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was some of the missions about the jumping and running out of the bounds and getting dropped or whatever.
I like the idea of being chased and having to run away. I don't know what about it makes it so hard to play.
I think it was hard to play. Maybe I just had other things I wanted to play instead. I just didn't find the game that great and interesting. But it won all sorts of awards, so some people out there like it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's not as bad as, something that's really horribly bad and everybody likes it, because I don't think it's horrible. I just think it's, I don't know. I just didn't have fun playing it. And I haven't even tried the second one.
Like the Transformers movie?
Oh yeah. Well, that's another thing. In
Yeah.
case you missed my review of War for Cybertron, I gave it like a 8. So try it.
Actually,
An
that
8
looks
out of
decent.
5,000.
I've got no problem against the Transformers franchise, of course. It's just the first movie was.
Shut up.
I wanted to
First
strangle
movie
the screen.
way better than the second one.
That's what I'm talking about. It's terrible. Everybody likes it. It's
I
terrible.
never even saw the second one because I was afraid. I was afraid to be disappointed even further.
And it didn't disappoint visually. It just disappointed like Michael Bay. It felt like it was just like they would put a serious moment in there, but then they'd interject it really quick after an action scene. So like, oh my God, dive, run! Oh no! Oh my God, I really miss you, or I really love you. Yes, I really love you too. All right, now we gotta go over here. It's like, whoo, whoo, whoo. You never got to soak in the moment, and it was just too ridiculous. And they're doing too much at one time. It's just you can't be going.
Yeah. A little too ADD for me too, but yeah, that's what happens when you have your producer on the show. You end up doing reviews of things that are like 3 years old. So, back to your stuff.
Don't tell me what to do, Richard.
Yeah.
I will punch you.
We'll punch you through the internet.
I'll punch you through the internets.
So, Activision and Infinity Ward.
Oh, yes.
They set a trial date. May 23rd, 2011.
So, you think you want to place bets here now on the split screen about the outcome of that thing?
Well, I will tell you one thing, that a bunch of lawyers are going to make an ass load of money.
Oh, my God.
I want to be a lawyer and be in either of those firms because...
So how much money are we talking about here? $250 million?
Oh, it was more than that. That was just for... There was like 2 parts of the suit. I wrote it all down and calculated how much it was all for.
That thing
it was like literally almost like $700 and something million, was it? Maybe it was 500 because there was like a $175 million lawsuit. And then on top of that, there was, another $50 or $60 million of other stuff. And there was another one involving stuff. One of them was for the actual the West and Zampellis bonuses, and the other one was for the bonuses everyone else didn't get. And then there was some information about that they already gave like $10 million in bonuses out, or $30 million in bonuses out.
I know they said that they wanted them to. They wouldn't get their bonuses until they completed Modern Warfare 3 for Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of money at stake. The game, like in the first several months, made over $1 billion.
1.3, and to put that into perspective, Avatar made 1.6 in the first month, and COD MW2.
Yeah, that's just, and we're talking about, only half. I mean, the overhead on that alone is not any more than, I think I calculated out as being like the overhead might have been around 50 to 100 million for just the cost of the developers because of the number of developers, and then marketing costs are astronomical. So I didn't calculate that in there, but there was literally like,
I don't think that thing's going to be done for like at least a year.
That's
There's
what it was. No, it's going to go on forever because I think when I figured it all said and done, if you took like all the money that it made, I think there was something like $700 billion like up for grabs. That's not part of the lawsuit, but if you look at what the overhead costs are, because if you had a staff of 100 people and 50 more developers, you probably paid them X amount of dollar based on their level of skill, and the same with your testers, and then your marketing cost. The overhead for building the application is not, of course, $1 billion. And I think I just kind of guessing it to be around somewhere $700 million out there, just pure profits out for grabs, not sent to anybody.
How much do you think the lead designers are making? Was it like 100,000, 120?
It really depends. Game developers generally aren't paid as much as other types of software developers.
I think if you're an Activision and Infinity Ward coming off COD4, I think in the lower levels, even the lower levels make 60, 70.
The testers don't make it. The mid-tier developers generally make about $70K.
That's what I thought.
Leaders make above that. Testers, a senior tester might make as much as the lead developer. It depends on the organization.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it probably tops out at 120, you think, and then around a little under the middle of the pack, you get 70, 60, 70.
I'd be surprised if developers are making lead developers are making that much in a game. The only ones I mean, historically, games don't pay the most for their developers because people like doing it enough where they'll take less pay.
Yeah.
But there are places like Rockstar that treat their developers and their testers.
They're the Google
like Rockstars. So
they're the Google of video game developers, so to speak.
Yeah, Rockstar is the exception to all the bad talk you hear from testers and developers and marketing guys and designers out of development houses, because Rockstar is good to their people. That's just secondhand knowledge. I've never worked there.
So, real quick, I wanted to say I went ahead and played 99 Nights 2, Caveat, for about an hour. Hated it. Don't even bother. Couldn't even. It was so tedious. If you really like hating yourself, you will play that game. So, I didn't even finish it. It's not worth giving a full review. Just wanted to slide that in there. Don't bother with it.
Listen to the review.
Pull your hair out.
It sucks. Don't buy it. If you find it, throw it in the trash can. Cover your eyes. Cover your children's eyes. Just run away screaming.
If you want depth in a game, dunk that thing in a kiddie pool, because that's about as far as it goes.
So you're saying like 3 out of 5 stars?
Dude, not even
3 out of 5.
1 or 2. 2 if they. I don't know. Don't
give
even
them
bother.
a star just because there's a star system.
Yes, I'll give you one.
I'll give you an apple.
One monkey throwing poop.
That's the poop throwing monkey scale. It's right before the star scale. It's really complicated. We don't want to get into it.
So speaking of Assassin's Creed, the developer, Ubisoft,
Ubisoft wants or says there's going to be a 3D TV in every home by 2014.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I am saying bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Hey, okay, a family buys a new 3D TV. I don't want to watch the news in 3D. Can you turn the 3D off on your TV? No. You have a fucking 3D TV. You can't turn your 3D off. What if you don't want to watch it? Forget the fact that you're going to pay tons of money for it. It's going to be awesome. And forget the fact that you can't get real 3D on a screen that small. It's not awesome 3D. It's going to be like about as 3D as a pop-up book. It's not going to be awesome, super duper 3D.
We're a family of 4 struggling to make ends meet. Let's spend $15,000 on a fucking TV. No, I mean,
so
new technology is one of the most important things about a new technology becoming mainstream is the price. As long as these TVs are astronomically priced like that, nobody's going to buy them except rich, insane fools.
Yeah, and gimmicky people. I mean, that's going to wear off, man. At some point, you don't want to wear glasses. You just want to flick on the TV. You can't find the glasses. Hey, where are the glasses? I can't find the glasses.
If I had Mark Cuban money, I would buy a 3D TV, and I'd buy a big one.
And it's like buying the first-gen iPhone. Why would you want to do that? And you're going to pay out the ass for it. It's going to get old quick. And I'm not sure, even if it's... People are so enamored with the idea of 3D. It's not... It doesn't translate. It just does not translate. James Cameron's Avatar, his 3D was amazing. Astounding, breathtaking, but even their normal, I went and saw Toy Story 3 in 3D. It's not the same 3D. It's just not. It's good. It's 3D, but it's not that kind of 3D. And that's what it gets. Small, and then just take that, how big a movie Avatar was. Toy Story 3 is a big movie, but you can't make up your own, you're not going to make up their own technology for it. And now take that down to putting 3D into the home. It's not going to be, it's going to be even worse. It's going to be thousands of times worse.
I just think it's unpractical. It's too expensive for your average consumer. You know, I don't like having to wear glasses all the time to be able to watch my TV. And if I'm just not going to wear glasses, I don't want to buy a TV that I can turn the 3D off just to turn the 3D off because I feel like I'm wasting my money.
Yes, exactly.
And also, back to another conversation about first-generation stuff. First-generation stuff is always overpriced and is always full of problems. That's why I don't have an iPhone 4. I have an iPhone 3G because I knew when it came out that there were going to be all sorts of crazy glitches because every product that I've ever heard of involving technology always comes out with problems. Having made some of those, yes, I have released stuff with problems in it. It happens. First-generation stuff is kind of like the real first test of a product. And granted, in 3 years, they maybe get the 3D TVs down the road more, but I just don't think it's practical, and I'm kind of over it.
I like to call it Season 0.
Season 0 of 3D TV.
Nice, Richard.
Yeah,
Where'd you get that idea?
Split screen.
Maybe it's going to be one of those things, in-home 3D TV, that we look back on a couple years, like 20 years, and be like, what the hell were we thinking?
Hey, John.
Bell-bottoms?
Yes.
Afros?
I know
Shag
when
carpet?
the reports of the 3D DS came out earlier, you were really like this is gonna suck? No way. Have you looked into it anymore since it came out? And
I haven't found a 3D DS that anyone will look at. I'm actually calling it 3DS because I guess I think 3D DS is redundant.
Too many Ds.
But it uses a different type of 3D technology, a technique called parallax, which is real angle specific.
No glasses.
Hence parallax.
Only works in a
yeah,
small
there's no
handheld
glasses.
Screen, so it's
well, it only works on a small screen because it basically runs 2 layers of LCDs on top of each other to kind of do an eye trick to get it to work. But it would never work in a large screen TV.
I gotta say, this method of 3D sounds the most promising of them all, and it would never work in a big screen. It has to be in a small device, particularly one that you have locked to you at a certain distance, say arm length, and it still seems pointless.
Yeah, I think they really want the future of 3D is I don't like glasses, and tricking the eye is one of the best ways to get it to work. There's been some other work done by one of the guys who play with the Wii remote controls, and he actually made a perspective base. It was a 2D screen, but he used basically something on his head for a hat for eye tracking, so the perspective changed and he moved around. That's another cool trick. I also think the technology used for heads-up displays are also a promising area, but again, just the components are just too expensive for your general consumer.
Yeah, it's about making it cheap, and which is why I was skeptical to buy the night vision goggles with the Modern Warfare 2. Just like
do you want to know how much a heads-up display camera or one of those little cameras they use in like an attack helicopter that have the kind of the LCD clear screen with the graphics on it? $400,000.
Yeah.
Unless you're the U.S. government, you're not going to be able to afford those.
You could buy like 2 3D TVs for that much. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. We had those in the F-16, so I mean, they're very expensive, and you're not gonna. Okay, what are you gonna sell a $400,000 TV for to the consumer that's gonna buy it?
No, they're not. You could probably sell it to Israel.
You gotta make a profit, so it's gonna be more than that.
Well, I do like large venue AV stuff in my day job, and I could see that becoming very interesting for people doing a show, doing like a big event. You know, you've got a big crowd, you've got 1,000 people in the room, and you want to wow them. You know, I could see people throwing down cash for the technology, and then maybe that buying the R&D to get the prices.
Well, the helmet's an individual thing, but for like real big crowds, like for example,
the presentation, to impress people to buy, you're usually usually that. I mean, even to sell other things.
Oh, even like a stereoscopic projector, the one that Christie Digital makes, it's about $60 to $70,000 for that thing. The one they use in the theater, the smaller version's about $60,000. Maybe that's within reach of a business to be able to make that type of purchase, but it's not for the individual consumer. It's too expensive. It's even expensive for a small business. A small business can't pull $60,000 out of its ass and buy one of those DLP Christie 3D stereoscopic projectors. Too expensive.
Yes, and now I will officially endorse someone to make a blowjob machine in my car. That'll get me to buy one.
I can make one for the iPhone. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, they wouldn't allow it on the App Store. Never mind. Maybe for the Android.
A blowjob app? A BJAP?
Hey, copyright. I'm doing that for the Android. Nobody take that idea.
What would you call it? The iBlow?
Yeah, iBlow. I can't do it for the iPhone.
Copyright law works now. You just yell it out first. It's like calling front seat. Copyright.
I don't know. It's like
shotgun.
Shotgun. My idea.
Patent
I got it. Use this in court. Date it.
I'm going to use this video in court. We invented
evidence.
Blowjob.
All right, so I just got a couple of small things to mention here. BioWare has officially announced Dragon Age 2. Yay! Couldn't even really get into the first one. It seemed like a very good game and a very good idea, but damn, dude, it just seemed like it was so intricate and so detailed, and it was just it. I guess it's good for people who like stuff like Dragon Age because it's a lot of story, a lot of backstory, but it took so long to get anywhere, and the battle system was very weird. It was very clunky. Didn't seem like you had. It just seemed like you could just tie a rope around your head and go into a fight, and you'd get about the same outcome if you actually tried to do something.
I played through about 40 hours of that game before just sending it back to GameFly. I mean, it's a really great game, but as of in the past couple of years, I'm more into more action-oriented games, except for Mass Effect 2, because I'm still into that. But for some reason, I wasn't as drawn to that because it just took forever to do anything. It's really hard for me to find 3 hours of time to do something in Dragon Age Origins
and get nowhere. So Dragon Age 2 has officially been announced. Also, I saw this, dude. This looks pretty sweet. And what it is, it's a how do you say it? Retron 3. It's an NES, Super Nintendo, and Genesis system all in one, and it's wireless. How sweet is that? So you got the connectors styles for all 3 ports, but I don't get that. You have connectors. I guess you have to have old school controllers. You can plug them in. So yeah, that'd be totally something I'd be into, man. So I guess all your old games would work on it backwards.
Yeah, I still got all my old games sitting in my attic.
So it's I guess it goes for $70. That'd be something that'd be awesome to have for the tournament. But yeah, saw that. Wanted to bring it up. All right, John. You talk about these last 2 because I'm tired of talking.
Okay.
Because I'm old.
Well, I found a little clip from E3 that I guess I missed when it was going on, and they're going to make a Man vs. Wild video game. I know that most of you are probably familiar with Man vs. Wild. It's a show with Bear Grylls where he drinks his own pee.
Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls.
He's like British Special Forces, and he gets in survival situations. They tell you how to get him out. So they're making a game about this, and the game's basically going to be you're Bear Grylls, and you're going around, and you get like survival situations, like, oh, it's a snake. Do I, A, go away from this snake?
Oh.
Or B, run away from it? So what we?
God, I got ants on my balls.
Yeah, so it's kind of silly. I'm not sure if it's really going to work.
I'll probably tell you it's not going to work. Remember?
It's something silly. It's a situation where there's a snake or an alligator. Life. We see these types of games before. I just don't think they're well executed. It's almost more humorous than anything else that they're going to make a game about it. And so I came out with a list of some other games that should have been considered instead of Man vs. Wild. And the first one was actually done on College Humor, and it was Man vs. Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah.
And the concept for that game, of course, being that you're Bear Grylls, and instead of going out into the jungle, you're dropped off at Mardi Gras or something, and there's a bunch of naked girls running around that are drunk.
No, I would play that.
See, that's an actually a good game, I think.
That seems very intricate, very concise.
It's Mardi Gras, and things are starting to get out of control. I need to focus if I want to survive.
I don't know if you can see them, but those are intoxicated girls. When nature presents you with these, you must use them to your full advantage. This is a perfect opportunity to use beads, very common and immensely helpful as bait. Right, this is exactly what I want. When you're in a bind, the breast can be an excellent source of food. Well, she doesn't appear to be lactating, but I am awfully hungry, so I'm just going to rub my teeth on her areola. Oh no, there's nothing. She's bone dry. It appears as if someone or something has beaten me to the punch.
An erection can cause you problems, so try to remain as flaccid as possible. Fortunately, I've only got a semi. I'll have to pray it stays that way.
Remember to stay emotionally distant, or you'll begin to feel guilty. It's just extraordinary. These bitches will break your heart.
It's getting late, and without a meal to replenish my energy, I'm exhausted.
I can tell from the breathing that this girl passed out just moments ago, making her an ideal shelter for some much-needed shut-eye. Oh, it smells like stale Heineken and secret ultra dry, but it'll have to do. That was probably the worst sleep I've ever had.
I'm starving, but breakfast won't come easy. I'm forced to make do however I can.
I can wring the beer from this shirt. Just like that. I know it's not pretty, but the ejaculate from this condom is an essential source of protein and simple sugars.
Oh my god. That is awesome. Yeah.
Does it get better?
I think that was the climax of the video.
Oh
my god.
I can't believe like you actually played that.
That was awesome.
So I actually came up with a few more names, and Man versus Child. I think it would be an interesting game. You could finally answer the question: is like, what's worse to fight, like 55-year-olds with knives or 55-year-olds with knives? I think it's a good simulator for that type of situation. Try not to fart gave me an idea. Also, you could call the game "Try Not to Drink Your Own Pee," because Bear drinks nasty stuff a lot.
Oh. Trying to tell us something, Richard?
Maybe. Bear Grylls versus a real bear. Now, there would be a game you might like to see. It's just the man versus the bear.
Versus bear.
A real bear.
Fist
So, unarmed, because it's man versus a wild type thing. Well, I also have press B to drink your pee. Yeah, because you just press B and you just drink your pee.
How would this go?
Well, you see, you're out in the wild and
play Manny Pacquiao. He drinks his pee.
It's like, oh, you're thirsty. Your health's getting low. Time to drink your pee. Press B.
Wow, that was a hearty run. Time to drink some pee.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good concept for a game.
Love. It's time to drink some pee, sir.
So I think that those games there's still time for those to be taken into consideration. Man versus Girls Gone Wild, I think that's probably the best one to do.
I think you should copyright it right now.
Well, they already did.
Oh, shit.
But if not, you can take my... I don't think they did, but I mean, if they want to...
Say it out loud on the internet.
On the internet, they can take Man versus Child from me. I mean, they got to pay me the royalties, or...
I want to see somebody go play like Little League Baseball and just own.
Yeah, he's just playing Little League Baseball with little kids. Yeah!
He's trash talking the pitcher, but the ball's on a tee. I don't understand. All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it for this week here on the Split Screen. So I don't have a tagline. We're not as cool as "Don't Brew This." So.
Stay classy.
Stay classy.
You like games and I like games. Watch Split Screen.